Hey, have you heard this new news?
New news?
New news
Oh shit, no.
pertaining to Game of Thrones.
Nope. I've
It
been
involved,
boycotting everything.
you've been boycotting everything.
Yeah, if I see it on my feed, I just skip it.
Well, that's understandable. I get that. But, anyways, Vladmir Furdik, and I'm sure I've just butchered that name.
Hmm.
Who
Furdik.
is the actor who plays the Night King?
His last name is Furdik?
Furdik.
Got it.
Intimidating.
Yeah.
So, anyways, in an interview the other day, he said that the Night King has a target he wants to kill, and we will find out who that is. Now, personally, I thought he just wanted to kill everybody.
Oh, so he's saying that the Night King has a vendetta against a specific person?
A very specific target.
Hmm.
So, of course, that gets me theorizing. Now it's got you thinking.
Damn, what
And
the hell? I thought he might have hated the little tree people. But didn't they die?
I think most of them were wiped out. Yeah, probably all of them, best I can remember.
Yeah.
So I looked at some theories online, come up with some of my own theories, and so I kind of made a little list. It's a short list of what I believe from least to the most obvious who it could possibly be on his target, in his crosshairs.
So the thing is, that means that we've heard of the Night King hasn't always been obviously not the Night King. He's been somebody that mentioned before.
The Night King himself?
Yeah, if he's got a vendetta against somebody, that means he must have known them. That means he probably knew them before he became the Night King. So
Well, that's the thing. We don't really know much about them.
what I'm
We don't
saying, I'm just saying,
know
like
who
he must have
is.
been somebody who's been referenced. That's all I'm
Or
saying.
has some history. Has some history with the family, or yeah, there's a lot of different reasons, and we can break that down. But anyways, let's just run through this list real quick.
Okay.
So first on the list is Melisandre.
I mean, I
Now,
guess that kind of makes sense.
what's your take? I mean, now
Well,
before you get started, I mean, a few of these are going to be quite a stretch.
sure.
There are people have made suggestions, and it's just trying to figure out how can we connect them back to them even being a threat or a big enough threat. So, what's your take?
Well, that one could just be a cult, not a cult, but like a difference in like religion or something like that. Like if the Lord of Light is this prophesized God or whatever who's trying to like pretty much kill him essentially, then you know what I mean. There could be a little bit of vendetta against anybody who's part of that cult. But specifically her, see, that's about. I couldn't tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, right. We know the Lord of Light has been preparing for the Great War for centuries.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I'm saying. Like, the Great War is all prophesized. Maybe he knows about it, and he knows the Lord of Light, and so he's just going to kill all the people who spread that religion. That's what I'm getting at. That's about the only thing I can think of.
right. Yeah, and the only thing I could come up with is it's possible she could be trying to raise an army of red priests and priestesses. Priestesses?
Vagina
That's a lot of
demons,
S's. That's a lot of S's. I don't normally use that word. How about we use red witches, male and female?
priestesses, priestesses.
Priestesses,
He's
yes.
just like, hey guys, I'm here. I gotta stop the bad lady because I have an army of zombies and skeletons, but she's got vagina demons. Like, what's worse? Yeah, good fucking point, my guy. Like,
Well, that would definitely scare me off. But yeah,
no shit. I'm just saying, man. Fuck, you gotta choose between the two evils, man.
well, yeah. And look, I don't even know the extent of the witch's powers, or really even the Night King's powers. But for me, I'm gonna say a no.
Yeah, I don't think so. That'd be like that'd be like a connection they've never mentioned before. Like, really.
Yeah, that's really a lot of story to get into with only 6 episodes left.
But aren't they like
All right.
2-hour episodes? I thought they
You
were
know,
like
they claim,
full motion pictures or something like that. Well, I guess an
you
hour and
know,
30 minutes is a full motion picture.
yeah, they claimed it to be longer, but then I just saw an article the other day that said like the first two episodes are only like an hour 10 minutes, and then they get a little bit longer, and then I think the last one or two is an hour and 20 minutes.
Ooh.
Anyways, the total for all 6 episodes is like 6 hours, 6.5 hours or something like that. So they claimed we were getting less episodes because we were going to get longer episodes, but it's actually going to be the shortest season of all of them. So
Well, yeah. Well, lame.
so I don't know. Still a lot of story for not being an hour and a half apiece.
Yeah,
But
we'll see.
who knows? It could just be false reporting at this point. Anyways, so next on the list, Sansa Stark.
No. No. No.
Now, come on.
Arya Stark's got a better chance of fucking pissing somebody off than fucking Sansa. The only
Look.
person who's going down there is like, I'm just gonna end the bitch because she sucks so bad. She's like the
So
worst
you
character.
can't even connect this one at all.
No, I mean it'd be like
I can stretch it. I can stretch it and make a little bit of a connection.
no, I can't at
It's
all.
not plausible, but I could do it.
I guess go for it.
Okay, so we know the Children of the Forest made the Night King.
Uh-huh.
We don't know who he is, but let's say he's from House Stark or House Bolton.
Okay.
If he's from House Stark, he could be going against the head of his former family, which would be Sansa, the eldest child.
I guess.
If he's House Bolton, he could just be going after the family's greatest enemy, which would really then make any Stark a target. But again, that's just stretching it and trying to connect the dots some way I can.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. It's a no. No
That's
for me.
No. That's a no. That's a no.
Okay, well, let's move on. Arya. Because you just said Arya has a better chance.
Well, better chance of pissing somebody off because, she's just going on murdering people at this point. But she's too young to have really pissed off anybody like this. Even with her finely honed skills now. No, White Walkers have been doing shit since before she left Winterfell. So, nope.
Yeah. I don't see a way that she's even a threat to him. Not directly to the point that he would go after her. The best connection that I could connect her to this whole thing is that since she serves the god of death, and we don't know which god the Night King serves.
Ah, that's cool. I didn't think about that.
By him raising the dead, he could be cheating the many-faced god of what's rightfully his. So it doesn't make her really a threat, but it could be a way for her to rally the faceless men and bring them into the fight.
Interesting. I never would have thought of that. Cool. I like that.
But again, it's a no. She's not a threat.
Yeah, I agree.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4 left. These are 4 that possibly, at least 3 are a definite threat. The 4th could be a threat. But I think when we talk about what is a threat to the Night King, it's probably going to be whoever is determined to be the prince that was promised, right?
Yeah.
Learning who the Night King is targeting may be the way we find out who that is. The prince that was promised.
Well, you would assume it would be Jon Snow, right? It seems like the most obvious.
I think the most obvious is Dany, but I remember an interview with George R.R. Martin talking about how when it comes to prophecy, it can't be literal and it can't be easy. So we're not going to see, they prophesied that Azor Ahai is going to be reborn as the prince.
Yeah.
And that someone would be...
You mean Azor Ahai?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yuki.
My bad. Go ahead and edit yourself out on that, my guy.
Say it again. What is it?
Azor Ahai.
Azor Ahai?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds better. I thought I had it.
Azor
I didn't have it. Azor Ahai.
Yeah.
It's one of those words that don't even spelled the way it.
That's how I've heard it being said, and it sounds better than whatever the fuck you said. Azor Ahai.
Hey, I'll go with you. I can't argue this. at this point.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
So, anyways, Zora High, I don't think is literally going to be reborn. I just think that we're going to see new heroes like him that's going to arrive.
The people are going to mantle him, pretty much, yeah.
Exactly. They're going to be the ones that save the living for the dead. But then he says prophecies can't be easy. Well, Danny's a pretty
easy and so
obvious choice because she checks off every single box.
Yeah, and so does Jon Snow, practically.
See, but
what I'm saying is, it's the two obvious picks are them.
Yes, but I think the boxes he checks off aren't quite as obvious.
Sure, but I'm just saying, when you think of the main characters, like the main heroes, it's either her or him. And so you imagine Prince, who's promised, you think Jon Snow. But it's probably going to be something like fucking Sam Tarly. Like, let's be real, right? Because he's a prince. Oh, not like a prince, but he'd be like the heir to his family's land. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying because Prince, dude. I mean, it could be. I don't know, man. He's a like. I'd have to read the prophecy itself, and then I guarantee you, if I got someone like Shannon to read the prophecy, she'd be able to tell me the answer. I have a feeling. What's the prince who promised prophecy? Let me just check this out. You can keep going. I just want to actually know what the prophecy is.
Right. As far as the prophecy goes, that we can get into that in another episode. But here we're talking about the Night King's target.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And so, Snow and Danny are on the list. We just discussed that. We can skip those two. So the only two left on the list is going to be one, Bran.
Yeah, very unlikely. Was he going to wheelchair his way into victory?
Is he?
No, I'm just saying. Brandon Stark? No.
Is he? Look, we know.
Well, I guess the Night King might be pissed off at the position he's taken. The Three-Eyed Raven. Maybe that kind of makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, well, we know the Night King has an affinity for killing Three-Eyed Ravens, and Bran has already been marked by him.
Yeah.
And is literally a target. But Bran, arguably, is probably one of the most powerful humans alive right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't realize how strong he is, but yeah, he's pretty powerful.
Right. So he's definitely plausible that he could be definitely a target.
Well, okay, so I think that one's just like, okay, yeah, he is a target. I don't think he is the target.
I don't think he is the target either.
He's just too new at his position to be the target.
But I think he's part of a theory that I have, and we can discuss that maybe at the end here. But the thing with the Game of Thrones has always been about, we started a story where the Targaryens have been wiped out, and then we've been secretly finding out all of these hidden Targaryens that have popped up around, the story. That's where the theory comes in for the final one on the list, which is Tyrion. There are some theories that suggest he could be a secret Targaryen.
Well, yeah, I've seen those theories, and I tend to believe that he is a Targaryen.
I believe he could be. I don't know that I believe he is. If he is a candidate to be the prophesized prince, he would probably be mankind's best hope at this point.
Yeah.
Just based on his character and who he is.
He'd be the best leader, like
Definitely.
The best ruler when it comes to for the people. But yeah, I mean, again, is the Witch King going after him? Like, just because he's a Targaryen? No, because that would give him 3 targets then. And your quote, at least the way you made it sound, looked like he was specifically going after one person.
We assume.
That's what I was just saying. That's what it sounds like. He's specifically hunting one person. It's fucking probably Porig or whatever his name is for making.
Hot pie?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's like, those fucking
Must
bakeries,
take hot pie out first.
Fucking bakeries, too delicious. Encroaching on my territory.
That's right. The dead don't eat kidney pies.
I mean, I have no idea. It just seems like, I'm not going to say out of character, but we just haven't seen any real personality from the guy that make you even think that he's hunting for someone specific.
No, and that is interesting because when you even talk about Jon Snow, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Jon Snow was the target, why'd he let him escape at Hardhome? Why didn't he go after him at the frozen lake?
He
You
might
know,
not
he
have.
had some
It's
opportunity.
possible that he just didn't know who that was him. Because the thing is, sure, he's powerful. He's not omniscient.
Well, we don't know. I mean, so it's yes, it's possible what you're saying could be true, but we really don't know what he knows. We'd like to. I would think being back from the dead, he'd have a little bit more insight. But you could be right. At this point, I really don't know. I don't, but I am going to go on the record saying I don't think it's Danny.
No.
I don't think it's Daenerys at all because it's just too obvious. And even Snow begins to seem a little obvious too. But really, can you connect the dots, and check the boxes on anybody else?
No,
Maybe
that's the point, though, right? Like when you think of the prophecy or any of that other stuff, it just seems like it's got to be Dany or it's got to be Jon Snow because it's just obvious that it should be one of them.
And maybe that's something we should dig in a little deeper and see if we can, at some point in a future episode, connect those dots.
Unless the Night King, I almost want to call him the Witch King. Unless the Night King is like the reincarnation of the Mad King and he's trying to get like Jaime or some shit. That'd be weird. And definitely not, obviously not the case because you see a scene where he becomes the Night King. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'll agree with that.
I can't wait for April 14th. It's going to be great. I hope.
Yeah, well, I hope so too. But hey, look, before we get out of here,
Oh man,
this
we're already
last
done.
picture,
Holy shit. Yeah.
this last picture was Samuel
Sam Tarly, yeah. Yeah,
on
that's
the throne.
that's an interesting one, right? It's like I get that the idea is anybody can win, but like surely anybody but this guy. That's why I was
challenge
like
you.
that's why I was like
challenge
maybe
you right
he's the
now.
prince.
Can you find a path that puts Sam on the throne?
Accidentally is the path.
Or intentionally?
Maybe he's just been acting like a fool this whole time. He's like, really, I got the biggest muscles. Check this out. I'm not really a coward. Punches John in the face, and he's knocked out. And he's like, oh, dumbasses. Like, I don't know. It just seems so out of his character. Like, it just feels like if he wins, it's completely by accident. He's just like, well, I guess I'm the ruler now. He'd be a good ruler, though. I think.
And a hell of a twist.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be super... When it comes to who wins the throne, to me, it's... When it comes to, like, the Iron Throne, the only people... I mean, like, Tyrion's really the only one I'd be satisfied with. Everybody else is like, oh. But Sam would be one of those that I'd be okay with.
I have found a theory
Oh?
that can put Sam on the Iron Throne.
Oh.
Potentially.
Is
Possibly.
Okay, sweet. Segue. Ta-da! That's our segue chime. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's what the theory suggests, right?
Okay.
So when Oberyn Martell, and correct me because I'm no good at these names, so if I'm saying it wrong, okay,
It's Oberyn. You want
Is
me
it
to
Oberyn?
Yeah, it's Oberyn Martell, my guy. I don't know if you even want me to correct you, or we're just gonna leave it this way.
No, I do
'cause
want you to correct. That's
if
what
I don't correct you, everyone's like, "Oh, I can't take this podcast seriously." Click.
The names are so crazy. I think I've just learned to ignore them on the show.
That's fair. Yeah, Oberyn Martell.
Oberyn Martell. See, I'm learning something here. This show is educational.
Yes.
So, anyways, when he championed for Tyrion, he took on the Mountain. He was seeking revenge against the Mountain for killing the children of his sisters.
Yes.
Ella Martell, is that right?
I don't know the kids' names. They
It's
were like
E-L-I.
mentioned like once.
Elia, Ella Martell.
That sounds right.
Thank you, because that's what I'm going with. This theory suggests that one of these children were smuggled away and left with a family of Targaryen loyalists, the Tarleys.
Oh.
In the theory, they also connect the similarities between Sam's character mirroring that of both Ella and her husband Rhaegar, who both had a great love for books and songs and a gentle heart and sweet wit.
I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So he could be a Targaryen.
He could be a Targaryen. Because, the question that was raised in the theory was that his father, Randall Tarley, forced him to forego the house instead of joining the Night Watch because he didn't agree with his love for academia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, academia. Am I saying that
Academia.
right?
Goodness.
Academia.
Jesus
I
Christ,
should
Ken.
be writing this stuff down.
No,
I'm
why would
being
you write it
educated.
down? You're probably reading it, and you're still fucking getting it wrong.
And it's still getting it wrong. But I got you. And you're better than Google, so we're good. So that was the question: is uh, why would he give up his firstborn child?
Because
That
he's a dick.
is he a dick? I mean, wouldn't
Yeah,
he want
I mean, when you watch
him
the
to?
show, he looks like a fucking dick, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, he does, but you would seem that he would want him to take over.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why it's
The
weird
fortune and
because
all that.
you'd want him to. Does he have another kid?
Yeah, in fact, because when he left, that allowed the younger brother Dickon Tarley to move up the line of succession. So that's where the theory suggests is maybe it's because Sam wasn't his real kid, and he wanted to get rid of him so that his own bloodline would take
I
over.
mean, that makes sense too. And he doesn't want to say that it's a Targaryen because he might secretly kind of care.
Maybe, or he doesn't want Sam ruling the seven kingdoms. But
I guess so.
so, anyways, that would mean that John and Sam are half siblings with the same father, Rhaegar.
Well, they kind of have similar facial structures, don't they? Well, if you look at these pictures you sent me, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look at them. They both got black mustaches, black beards. They kind of have a similar facial structure.
I don't know if they went that far to cast these people like
Maybe
that.
not, but Photoshop's a hell of a fucking program. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you look at these pictures, is what I'm saying. They do look similar, don't they?
They do. I mean, look, yeah. I mean, the theory is a pretty decent theory,
That's kind of a cool idea, yeah.
and it would actually
It'd be one hell of a twist, yeah.
more. He would have more right to the throne over John or Daenerys.
He'd be the rightful, like completely true heir.
Right.
John would be like the second in line.
Yeah, because Rhaegar originally married Ella, and then went on to have a secret affair with Lyanna.
Liana.
Who, Lyanna? Man, I'm glad you're here.
I'm pretty sure, like, I'm gonna feel like a dumbass if I'm also wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Liana.
Well, we'll do it together then.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyways, it's a good theory. It is plausible.
Yeah,
Can it
that one's
happen?
good.
Can it happen? I'm
Yeah.
gonna say probably not. I mean, he's an unknown maester with no support behind him. So
Yeah,
it'd be
that's
pretty
true.
difficult.
For him to make that kind of claim.
Yeah, to garner that type of support
Well,
and to
so the
do it with
question
only
can
6 episodes left.
Yeah, well, the question, can it happen? Of course it can happen. Is it likely to happen? No.
Probably not. Probably not.
That would be one hell of a twist.
It would be one hell of a twist that
What
nobody
a
really saw
twist.
coming.
Yeah. I definitely wouldn't have seen it coming.
Now, I never thought that even considered him of being anything like that. I just figured that these stories that we were reading were stories that were documented by him because he had went to the Citadel, became a maester and all that. I just figured that he was writing these stories and future generations were reading them.
Huh? I don't understand what you just said. Say all that again?
Because Sam is, he went to the Citadel, right?
Yes.
Remember he saw
He
the
wanted
big
to become a
library?
maester, yes.
He's been doing all the Maester stuff. So I just figured that all these stories that we're seeing play out were stories that he had wrote down and logged in the books.
I see.
That we were just his reaccount of how all this stuff went down.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, which you would think if that was the case, he would have made himself more of a hero instead of a bumbling fool.
No.
I would have.
No, I mean, sure you would have, but that's his character and your character are two different. Like, he's very humble in his own. He's not trying. If that would be the case, if he's telling his own story in a position of a maester, he's not trying to like show how much of a huge penis he has. He's just trying to recount history. That's all
Right.
he would care about. Yeah.
Well, any last words?
No, not really. I'm excited for Game of Thrones. It's gonna be really good. My daughter is supposed to be born on the first day it airs, so that's a thing.
Oh, well, I guess you won't be seeing it.
Well, yeah, I will.
Not on the first day.
Well, maybe not, but I won't be going to work that day. Probably even the next day. So.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll text you and spoil it.
Oh, great! I appreciate that.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Holy crap!
Let me try that again.
Keep that in there. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, my mind went blank.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
All
Don't
right,
worry.
that's
Sit down. Sit down, old man. It's okay. I got it. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you liked the content, you can always give us a like. You can share it with your friends. Email them. Send them an actual postcard saying, oh, shit, check these buffoons out. And then, maybe help us grow their channel. That'd be great. There you go.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Have a good night.
See you next time.
Bye.